Recently, LEGO officially revealed 71039, the LEGO Marvel Minifigures Series 2. And while this is a really great series, there's one thing that puts the series right down on my list, and that is the fact that it comes in blind boxes. Now, as a result of LEGO putting the minifigures in the blind boxes, which I do completely understand because it is more eco-friendly, we actually can't feel for the minifigures anymore, which is really unfortunate because a lot of people used to feel for the minifigures that they wanted, so they didn't get any duplicates, but now it is truly a mystery as to what minifigure you do get. Now, if you do want to buy one of these LEGO blind boxes, it will actually cost you £3.50 in the UK or $5 USD. So if you do want to buy a full set, you will have to buy 12 of these. So altogether, that will accumulate to £42 or $60 in the US. But the problem is, we will actually have to spend a lot more money than this to get a full set of 12. Because now LEGO have put these minifigures in the blind boxes, we can no longer feel for the minifigures that we actually want to get. So as a result, people will end up getting a load of these and getting a bunch of duplicates of minifigures that they do not actually want to have. Or they will end up going on sites such as Britlink or eBay. But the problem with doing this is that a lot of people on eBay and Britlink will end up jacking up the prices of a lot of these minifigures that are really popular. So it's going to cost you a lot more money, and you probably end up paying £10 for a popular minifigure rather than £3.50, which is a complete rip-off in my opinion, and it's just definitely not worth it. But there is a way to actually solve this, which we will go over in today's video. So if you do enjoy it, then make sure to subscribe as well as like the video and turn on notifications, as well as follow me on Instagram and join my Discord. Link will be in the description below. But with that being said, everyone, let's get right into it and let's see how we can fill these blind boxes. Now, there are two methods in order to get no repeats of these Marvel minifigures. Now, the first method, I'll be completely honest with you, I wouldn't recommend doing this one at all. I think if you do want to do one of these methods, definitely do the second one, and that is the one that I urge you to do. However, the first method, I've heard a lot of people discussing what they're going to do and that they're going to do this. So I thought I would put it in this video to start off with. So the first method is just opening the blind box. Now, when I say open the blind box, I don't mean do it in stores, because I've heard a lot of people say that they're going to do that. No, I mean actually buy the minifigure and then take it home and open the blind box. And let's say you get a minifigure that you don't want, or it is a repeat, you can then reseal the blind box. Now, the reason why I say this is because we actually got some pictures of what the actual box looks inside and how it does open and everything, because this new LEGO Marvel minifigures box is actually different to the Mario blind boxes that we got and the LEGO video ones, which is quite sad of LEGO because those would have been a lot easier to reseal, but they did end up changing the box design to what we have now. But it is still possible to actually reseal the box. You just have to be really careful when you do open it, and then once you reseal the box, you can just sell it on eBay, or you can return it back to the stores. Now, if you are going to return it back to the stores, I wouldn't recommend returning it back to a LEGO store in particular. I would definitely recommend just returning it to like Target or Walmart if you are in the US. Or if you are in the UK, you can just return it to your local Tesco's or Asda, because honestly, they will not care. I've done that enough times with LEGO minifigure blind bags when I couldn't feel them correctly. I just resealed them from the top, and it worked every time, so it definitely will be an easy thing to do. But like I said before, wouldn't really recommend doing this method too much, and I would recommend doing method 2, which is what we're going to be talking about now. Now, in order to do this, you will need to invest in one thing, and that is this bad boy right here. This is a mini scale. Yes, we will have to be weighing the minifigures from now on if you do want to get no repeats. Let me explain how this works. So here we have two of the minifigures from the Marvel CMF series, and those are Moon Knight and Mr. Knight. Now, these do not weigh the same amount. In fact, Moon Knight weighs a lot more than Mr. Knight due to the fact that he has a lot more accessories, such as the hood, as well as a cape, and also his accessories, such as the crescent and the scarab, are different shapes to Mr. Knight's accessories, which are just 2 sticks. And this is going to allow us to differentiate between each of the minifigures and not get any of the repeats. Now, I just want to give one example where this just wouldn't work, and that is that if both of the minifigures are the exact same. So if we compare this red astronaut with this blue astronaut, you can see that they both use the exact same pieces, they both use that same helmet, and they both use that same jetpack piece. They're just different colors. Because of this, we will not be able to differentiate between these two because they will weigh exactly the same. However, if we add an accessory to the blue astronaut, such as this gun right here, you can see that both of these minifigures are actually now different weights. The blue astronaut will be a lot heavier than the red astronaut, and this will allow us to differentiate between these two to see which one is the blue astronaut and which is the red astronaut. Now, if we take a look at the Marvel Minifigures Series 2 as a whole, you can see that one minifigure actually shares the same pieces as another minifigure. Each minifigure either has a different accessory, they either have a different hairpiece or a different helmet piece, or they also have a cape as well, which adds to their weight. So not any of these minifigures will weigh exactly the same. They will be very similar, however, they won't be exact. And we actually do have the measurements of the weights as well, thanks to some people who have found these minifigures early in stores. So first off, we have Moon Knight, who weighs 20 grams, Mr. Knight, who weighs 18 grams, Beast, who weighs 18 grams, Storm, who weighs 19 grams, Agatha, who weighs 22 grams, making her the heaviest minifigure out of the series, Wolverine, who weighs 19 grams, Werewolf by Night, who weighs 17 grams, Goliath, who also weighs 17 grams, Kate Bishop, who weighs 21 grams, Hawkeye, who weighs 18 grams, and then we also have Echo, who weighs 17 grams, and lastly, She-Hulk, who weighs 19 grams. And for those of you who are wondering, these are the measurements of the weights of the minifigures in their boxes. And if you are wondering how much the box actually weighs by itself, it is roughly 9 grams, and that is an empty box with no minifigures or leaflet inside. Now, one thing I just want to quickly talk about, there are a few repeats. Some minifigures do weigh 17 grams, such as Echo, Goliath, and Werewolf by Night. But don't worry, we will get to that, and there is actually a way to differentiate between all of those three, so you won't end up getting a bunch of repeats of Echo. But before I end the video, there are a few things that I want to go over, such as complaints you probably will have, and will probably rush through the comment section to tell me about. And first off is regarding the mini scales. About actually taking them into the stores. Now, first off, a lot of people might say it looks a bit dodgy, which I can completely understand. However, I'm not being funny, but feeling the minifigures didn't exactly look that great either. The amount of dirty looks I got of people when I used to go to my local Tesco's by my college to feel the Lego Disney minifigures in my breaks was actually insane. But, you know, feeling the minifigures wasn't as bad as, I guess, carrying a mini scale with you. So I do completely understand that. And if you are worried about that, there is a simple fix for that. Just buy a bunch of minifigures and take them home, and then just measure them using the mini scale at home, and then return them back to the shop, so you don't even have to open them. And also, you can get a lot of mini scales that do fit into your pocket as well, just like this image as you can see on the screen right now. So you don't really need to worry about transporting a mini scale. It won't be that hard to do. And then I also want to talk about the most important thing about this whole video. And if you listen to what I say right now, you will definitely get no repeats in the minifigures, and that is the type of scale that you want to buy. Now, I want to quickly look back at all of the minifigures for their weights, and you can see that there are some that do have the same weight. For example, Werewolf by Night, Goliath, and Echo all weigh approximately 17 grams. Now, all of these are approximately 17 grams. They're not all exactly 17 grams, and that is something that is really crucial if you want to differentiate between all of these minifigures, because not all of these minifigures are going to weigh 17.1 grams or 17.2 grams. They will all weigh 17 point something, but they won't be the exact same amount. And that's why it's crucial as to which mini scale you buy, because you want to get one where it's easy for you to identify the difference in decimal places. And that's why I recommend getting this one right here, the Briefit mini scale. Now, the reason why I recommend buying this one is, first off, it is pretty cheap. It's not the cheapest mini scale that you can get, but for one that is this good, it is relatively cheap. It is only going to cost you about 15 to 16 pounds. It really depends on what color you get. Just get the cheapest color. It isn't going to be a big deal. Also, you can easily fit this in your pocket as well, so it's quite easy to transport. But the main reason is because it actually measures to 0.001 grams. So it measures to 3 decimal places. Now, because this measures to 3 decimal places, it will give you a lot more precise results, and it will be a lot more accurate to use this one. And because it measures to 3 decimal places, it will allow you to differentiate between Echo, Goliath, and also Werewolf by Night as well, and all of the other minifigures that also have a very similar mass. And also, another reason why I definitely recommend using this is because I am currently 17 years old, and I'm sitting my A-levels in the UK, and one of the A-levels that I do is A-level chemistry. Now, in chemistry, there is a lot of practical work, and there are a lot of practicals that we do have to carry out. And because of that, there are a lot of stuff that we do have to measure. For example, we have to measure like magnesium sulfate, for example, which is a powder that you do use in chemistry A-level. And the reason why I say use this one is because we actually use this scale in A-level chemistry, because the reason being is, as it has 3 decimal places to it, it reduces the error uncertainty, and it gives you more accurate results, like I said before. So that's another reason why I definitely recommend using this one out of all of them. If you do want to get all the minifigures without getting no repeats and spending the minimal amount of money, you know, this is definitely the best way to do so. But there we go, everyone. With that being said, this is the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, then make sure to subscribe as well as like the video and turn on notifications. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the new Marvel Minifigures Series 2. And I really do hope that you enjoyed this video and it was extremely useful to you. I'll talk to you guys soon. So peace out, see you later, and bye-bye.